What's up, guys? It's Ryan here with Eastcoastathletics, and it's day 5 of the World Championship. We're presently, I'm presently watching the 400-meter hurdles. Um, Heat 1 already ran. Sydney McLaughlin was the number 1 qualifier. She won that heat in 54:45. Second was Lace Spudger, 54:98. And Jamaica was third, which is good, and that's Salmon in 55:20. So she is through to the semifinal. But for the heats, I think it's top top 4 from each heat. So heat 2 is about to go off, and we have Rhonda White in heat 2. She's in lane 8. Corey Carter of US is in lane 7. And Jessica Turner of Great Britain is in lane 4. But after I finish talking about the 400-meter hurdles, I want to talk to you guys about the 400, the men's 400. But I want to get through this 400-meter hurdles first. The heats seem to be set out pretty evenly. Mohammed of the US is in heat 4. And we have Yannick Hayes Smith in heat 4, lane 2. And we have Russell Clayton of Jamaica in heat 5, lane 7. So set out pretty decent. So heat 2 is on track right now. And I mean, I think the Jamaicans should definitely make it to the semifinal in this event. They have ran pretty good times, and as long as they stay consistent, they had enough time to train. So I think they'll definitely make it through to the semifinal. That shouldn't be a big deal. I think it's just a matter of how they do it, how relaxed they do it, how they look while doing it. So, and it's top 4 that qualify for the semifinal. So it should be very easy. It shouldn't be difficult at all. It's not like it's top 2 and then the next fastest losers. That's only in the semifinals. So for the heats, it's top 4, and then I'm not sure if they take any fastest losers, but that's pretty much how they do it. Okay, so the results are up. Yeah, Carter did not finish. She pulled up, so that's unfortunate. Rhonda White did not make it either. She ran 56:37 for sixth place. Um, Guys, I really don't know what's happening with some of these athletes, especially some of the Jamaican athletes there. I don't know if there's something going on that we're not aware of, but there is a lot of underperformance from them, and I don't know why. I hope they try to get it together for the relays because we need to come. I'm gonna say we because maybe a lot of people assume that I'm Jamaican or they might know I'm Jamaican, but I think they need to try to at least come home with quite a few medals, not just the 2 goals that we already have. Well, I think 3 goals. Um, but that heat was won by a Ukraine athlete, Anna, 55-11. Jessica Turner was third, 55-72. Hejanova of Czech Republic was second in 55-33. And Pedroso of Italy was fourth in 55-78. So that's your top four going through. That's the top four going through to the semifinal. And as I said, it's the heat, so it shouldn't be too strenuous for them to qualify here. It should be pretty easy for them to make it through to the semifinal, especially if they're capable of running 54s or 53s. So they're getting ready for Heat 3. So Heat 3 on track. In that heat, we have Mohammed of the U.S. That's pretty much she's the number one contender in that heat. PR of 52-20, personal best, season best, and personal best 52-20. So she'll definitely. I would assume that she's gonna come out on top in that heat. So I'm just waiting to see what the results are. All right, so here we go. So, still waiting on the result for Heat 3. Alright, so they're on track. Guys, they're a little bit slow with the times, with the results. So that's what I'm waiting on. So you guys could definitely, know who ran what time and who made it through to the semifinal. Okay. So Mohammed qualified with 54.87. She won the heat. Sarah Slot Patterson also qualified with 55.28 for second. And the Cuban Zorian qualified with 55.36 for third. And Joanna of Poland also qualified with 55.97. So that's a pretty easy heat. Didn't seem too fast. She didn't look like she was struggling. Looked like a pretty easy run to me. Yeah, that's it for that third heat. Then we have the next heat on track coming up. So in heat 4, we have Unique Haysmith. Then we have that she's in lane 2. And we have Sarah Keelan, lane 4. We have Bol of Netherlands in lane 3. We have Amelie of Norway in lane 5. Yeah, pretty much. Not a lot of big names in this one. Ashley Spencer is in this heat. She's in lane 8. So we should definitely see some good performances from her. So just be on the lookout for that. But I guess while we wait for Heat 4 to run, I could talk to you guys about the 400. At this point in time, I am very skeptical. I'm kind of wondering if Norman and Curly is in trouble for that semifinal, and well, not a semifinal, but the final. Because Gardner looked superb. Like, he literally just run 250 meters and jog the rest. Like, he looks like he's in 43 shape. And as we saw yesterday with the 400-meter hurdles finals, it's not who is able to run the fastest time in the field, it's who is able to perform on the day, right? So that's clear to us now. We know that it's who is able to perform on the day, and Gardner seemed to be in good shape, and he looks really good in the heats. The Jamaican, one of our Jamaican made it through to the semifinal as well. So we're definitely gonna be having Akeem Bloomfield. He qualified from heat number one. Michael Cedinho also qualified from heat one. He was the winner. Akeem Bloomfield was third. Heat two was Kirani James and Julian of Japan. Norwood also qualified. Stephen Solomon also qualified, pretty much with a small queue. Heat three, it was David of Italy, 45.08. Fred Curley also qualified, 45.19. Abas of Bahrain qualified 45.47. So those are the automatic qualifiers for E3. Then in Heat 4, you have Michael Norman qualified 45 flat. Demish Gay qualified. So that's two Jamaicans so far that qualified. And Scott of Botswana also qualified 45.10. Heat 5 was Stephen Gardner. As I said, guys, he looked really good. Easy. Didn't really run too hard. So he took that heat in 45.61. Phillips of Canada was second. Anthony of, I think that's Cote d'Ivoire, 45.93. Those are the qualifiers for Heat 5. Then Heat number 6 was Emmanuel of Kenya, Jonathan of Belgium, Rabah of Great Britain, and Nathan Stuther of US also qualified. So I think there was like 5 qualifiers from that heat, from Heat 6, and they will complete the lineup for the semifinal. So we have 2 Jamaicans in the semifinal. Kirani James lead the field going in because he ran 44.94. He looked pretty good as well, but I'm more, interested in what Gardner will do, because as I said, even though the time wasn't super fast, he looked so relaxed. Like, he looked way better than everybody else, in my opinion, in terms of how he executed the race. Like, there was no effort. He didn't put a lot of effort in running this time. Like, he literally jogged the last 150 and still ran 45.6. So I feel like that's really good. Kirani is an experienced athlete. He's been, running the 400 for a number of years, so he knows how to make it through the round. So he's also somebody to watch. So we definitely got to pay attention to Kirani James. And Michael Norman, we know he's been on fire all season. He ran 47, I think. But he ran 43.4. So you definitely got to look out for Michael Norman. Fred Curley is no veteran to the 400, so he's gonna be in the mix as well. Cedinho has been to Olympic finals and world finals, so he's also somebody to pay attention to. So we're gonna see what they bring in the semifinal. Akeem Bloomfield, I think he is able to make it to the finals. I'm yet to see if because he didn't. I've only seen one race from him pretty much all season, and that's the race that he ran 44. I think he ran 44.6, but I'm just gonna wait and see what he's gonna run in the semifinal. I hope he make it to the finals though, because we need to have a Jamaican in the finals, just to complete the lineup. Give Jamaica a chance to get a medal. I hope he gets a medal, but it's gonna be a very interesting one, very competitive race. So yeah, I definitely want to see that, but I think so. Heat 4 of the 400-meter females. All right. So a winner of Heat 4 ran 54.72, national record from Norway. So another Norwegian ran a national record, making it to the semifinal of the 400-meter hurdles for females. Asha Spencer made it through as the fourth qualifier. Unfortunately, my dear friend Yannick K. Smith didn't make it through. But yeah, the top four was Amelie, Jamal, Folarusso of Italy, and Spencer of the US. So that's the top four from Heat 4. Um, Heat 5, is about to run. I mean, I know I moved from the 400 hurdles to the 400, but that's because they're taking some time in between heat cheats because they're introducing the athletes and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I jumped over to talk about the 400 and not just stick with the four hurdles right away. So I mean, this is pretty much just the morning session. They're gonna have another session in the evening, so that's gonna be a whole different case by itself, and I'll definitely try to talk about that later on. Even if I don't get to watch the races right off bat, I'll go back and watch the highlights, and I'll do a recap of pretty much what happened. So I'll definitely be doing that. Yeah. David, I don't want to blame it on the lane draws, because I feel like they're all the same lanes. It's lanes are lanes. You can't, at a championship like this, you can't really blame it on the lane draw. Like, I feel like if you're a competitive athlete, and you have the goods to deliver regardless of the lane, you should be able to deliver, and it's not a problem. I don't think that the lane draw have anything to do with it, because Van Niekerk set the world record out of lane 8. Donald Corey in the past won the 200 out of lane 1. So I really don't think that the lane have a lot to do with it. You know, and it also depends on the type of athlete that you are, because you could be a front runner. So if you're in lane 8, you care about nobody else. If you like to chase and you're in 1, may not be that bad for you. But my thing is, the turn is the only thing about lane 1 is the turn is tight, but it's not an indoor track, it's an outdoor track. So you should be able to deal with lane 1 through 8 or 1 through 9 or whatever. And they're not even using lane 1, they're using 2 to 9. So I don't think the lane, played a big factor. You say if I'm impressed with it's the thing with Sherika Jackson is she's the type of, hold up, before I answer your question, David, let me give I want to give the results for the last heat of the 400-meter hurdles before I jump to the 400-meter females, because I will talk about that. So just let me, because I'm watching the race right now, David. So I don't want to miss anything. I want to see how each athlete look, going through the race and everything. So as soon as I finish watching this race, then I'll just jump right to the 400. All right, so Clayton, I'm hoping that Clayton get through to the semifinal. I really want her to. She's on the outside, so she should be able to run a good pattern much easier than if she was in a tighter lane. So I think that's a plus for her, being out there. All right, she looked like she's doing pretty good, evenly paced. Yeah, she is running. She's running pretty good, real good. She look pretty relaxed, not tightening up, not tying up. Everything looks smooth. Yeah, yep, national champion. Yeah, she have this one under control, in my opinion. Yeah, she has this one under control. She wins it pretty easy. She's gonna be in the finals. That's my take. That race was a good indicator of what is to come. She looked pretty easy coming down the straightaway. Looked like she didn't really put a lot in it. She just did what was necessary to make it to the semifinal. It's possible, David. It's possible for her to be on the podium for the 400-meter hurdles, because the way she looked just now, it's pretty similar to how McLaughlin looked in her heat. She looked pretty easy, wasn't struggling. She didn't struggle at all. She didn't stutter. I mean, her steps weren't off in any way. Like, she just smoothly go through the field. Like, it was no hassle for her. She didn't struggle, not even for a second. The girl on the inside pulled up on her, and she just held her composure and just kept going. Yeah, that was a very good run by Clayton, and she ran 55:23 to win. Watson of Canada ran 55:57. Then Beasley of Great Britain ran 55:97, and Sarah Carley of Australia ran 56:37 to qualify. So we should be definitely looking for some real good performance from Clayton in the semifinal. I really feel like she's gonna be in the finals, if not be on the podium. Let's just hope that she, keep the same zeal, the same, type of attitude going into the semifinal, and just go straight through to the final and get herself on the podium. But we're gonna jump to the 400 meter, females. David, so to answer your question, I think that Sharika is a performer. Like she shows up and she performs regardless of, how things, whatever lane she got, she always shows up and perform. And I feel like she did what was necessary to make it through to the semifinals. So no, I would have to check that. But I feel like Jackson, let's finish up with Jackson. Jackson, I feel like she did what she needed to do to get through to the semifinal, and she'll be okay. I'm not worried about her because this is not her first rodeo. So she has the experience. She knows what she needs to do, and I feel like she will deliver. So I'm not worried about her at all. I'm not even going to say I would be more worried about everybody else, but McPherson has experience as well, so she will be fine as well. I feel like both of them will make the finals, but it's just a matter of who will make it on the podium. That's what I'm more, that's what I care about more. The 110 won't be today. The semifinal for the 400 meter. Now, I'm not concerned about McPherson. I'm telling you, these girls, they have experience. They know how to show up and show out. So I ain't worried about them. I feel like they'll do what they need to do to make it to the finals. And when they get there, they'll do what they need to do to get on the podium. If they have the ability, if their training dictates that, they're able to do that, they will. So I'm not worried about that at all. Also, I wanted to let you know, David, that today the races, the evening session will be starting at 1, and that's the semifinal of the women's 400. So today we'll see that. We'll see McPherson and we'll see Jackson run the 400 meter in the evening, like I would say 150, and then after that will be the woman 200 meter semifinal. That's gonna be at 2:35. The 800 meter finals for men will be that's gonna be at 3:10. Donovan Brazier is in the finals, so that's one that we definitely, gotta see. And the 200 meter finals for men is afterwards. So let me just let y'all know who is in the 200 meter finals. You have Z of China, his pair is 1988. Then you got Aaron Brown, he's in lane 3. Alex of, I think that's Ecuador, I'm not sure. He's in lane 4. Noah Lyles is in 5. Adam Jamili is in 6. Andre DeGrassi is in 7. Clay of Trinidad is in 8, and Ramel is in 9. So that's the lineup for the 200 meter. That's the lineup for the 200 meter finals. And now for the 800-meter finals, we have Hopper of the U.S., Ben of Spain, Bryzer of the U.S. in four, Tuka, I'm not even sure which country that is, Wesley of some of these countries I really don't know, but Kenya have Ferguson, and Canada has Marco, and Clayton Murphy of the US is in nine. So there's three US athletes in the 800-meter finals. Brazier is the one that everybody is looking at, to win. Uh, yeah, the Kenyan guy looks pretty strong to me. Like he looks like the guy that's gonna be competing with Donovan Brazier along with Tuka. So, and that's based on their season best and their PRs. That's where I draw my prediction from. Murphy is not too far out the mix because he ran 143.94, so he's right there with them. So there's a possibility that he might be on the podium. It all depends on how it plays out, especially for the last 150, because we know a lot of these 800-meter athletes, they're kickers. Some of them will take the pace out, but it all depends on whether they're trying to go for like a world record, in which I don't think they're gonna do. Everybody's trying to win a championship. That's what is important here, getting a medal. So I feel like that's what they're gonna go for. Um, Not expecting, any spectacular time personally. I don't know what you guys, are expecting. You definitely could let me know, but I'm not expecting anything spectacular in the 800, any spectacular times. I'm expecting Donovan to win. Maybe it doesn't play out that way, but I'm expecting him to win. In the 200-meter semifinal, hold up. The 200-meter semifinal for females. First heat, we have Angel Angeline of the U.S. She's in five. Sasha Lee Forbes is in eight. Those are the people. Emmanuel of Canada is in three. So I'm pretty much highlighting the people that you guys will be looking at or looking forward to seeing. Heat two, Elaine is in lane six. We already know she's making it to the finals. Brittany Brown of the U.S. is in lane five. Yeah, pretty much. I feel like that's gonna be an easy semifinal for Elaine. I'm not worried about her for a second. She's gonna make it through to the finals with ease. Asher Smith is in heat three in lane six. Durant of TNT is in lane five. Bryant of the US is in lane four. That's gonna be a interesting one as well. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not worried. I know that I think Sasha Lee Forbes will make it through, but I know for a fact that Elaine Thompson will make it through. We just have to wait and see who else, as well as Asher Smith. She'll definitely make it through to the finals, but we just have to wait to see who else will join these athletes in the finals. But in my opinion, I'm pretty much giving them a spot in the finals because I feel like they're gonna make it. That's my opinion. You're free to give your predictions or your opinions. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think and how I feel. All right, guys. I think that pretty much wraps it up for for this live stream. I'll definitely do a recap. I think I'm gonna just do a recap. I won't go live during the races because a lot of times if it's not like the finals, if like it's the semifinal, they tend to take breaks in between, and I don't want to keep you guys for an extended period of time, which doesn't make that much sense to me. So I'll just, do a recap. I'll watch the races and then I'll do a recap explaining what occurred, in each heat, and how and what the results are, and who made it through to the final. So for the I'm trying to find the 400-meter finals, but I don't for females, but I don't see it just yet. But as I said, guys, that's it for this live stream. I'll be back later with a recap of the evening session. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you're free to do that. Please comment, because that's the only way I could know what you guys are thinking or what your predictions or opinions are. Also, I would like to let you guys know that if you do like what I'm doing or have any suggestion, be free to leave it in the comment section. If you like what I'm doing, click the like button. Any questions that I haven't already answered, I'll get to it. I'll comment on it whenever I see it. That's no problem to me. But yeah, see you guys later on. We're with East Coast Athletics. I'm out.